Hello, hello, hello. Are we live? I think we're live right now, aren't we? I'm never too sure about this. So, hello, it's me, Imran, Web Squadron. Just let me know if you can definitely see and hear me at the moment. Hey, Paul. Hey, friendly girl. Hey, John. How are you all doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a very, very long while. Just let me know that you can definitely hear and see me okay, because I might just be talking to myself right now. But as far as I can tell, I think we're live. I'll address the issue over why have I decided to come back on live chats and where am I at the moment. So I'm just going to wait to double check that we are definitely live, because the problem I find with YouTube is that I go live and then sometimes it kind of says it doesn't confirm if I am. Yeah, everything is good. Excellent. Cool. We are live. Great to see you all. My normal recording studio is over there, over in that part of the room. I'm now in another corner and I've just popped up a couple of, IKEA units and some bits and pieces and stuff just because I wanted to have a slightly different area. I have what I like to call is my professional recording studio area with the screens behind me. But I wanted another one. So this is like completely like another key light, another camera stand, lights, another microphone. So I've got these two areas. So it's kind of nice to be able to interchange and do stuff like that. But it's great to see you all again. Why are you in a grid? That is kind of quite cool. I never actually thought of it like that. It's kind of like, I mean, hopefully, if I sit back, it will zoom into focus or not. Hey, Charlie, great to have you back. Okay, so look, as you know, I took a break from live chat. And it was a very good move because it allowed me to get back on board with working with many, many clients. One of the things that I had, which I don't think it was a major problem, is that I was trying to juggle too much. And when you juggle too much, don't worry, Dave. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think those just misunderstandings and misinterpretation, but don't worry, mate. Hassam, great to have you here as well. So, by me taking a break from the live chat, I was able to get back into doing more agency work, and, in the time I've been off, spin around 7 other sites and all of that. Um, it was great to do that because I was finding that I was pushed and shoved everywhere and I was struggling to. Why the grid? I think I just wanted many shelves, Paul, to put stuff on. I've got live, build, repeat. I hope you like that. We've got my Wolverine model. So this is my Wolverine model that I got from Etsy. Look at that. I mean, it's obviously 3D printed, but I quite like that. And for anyone out there that's a fan of Final Fantasy, and for those that understand, they will understand. That's another 3D printout for Final Fantasy VII. So I just wanted to kit my room out. Anyway, so I had a break, more building websites, re-exploring what I want to do with the channel as well in terms of YouTube Shorts. Do I want to get in on TikTok or not, and stuff like that. Trying to focus a little bit more for what is the plan for 2024. You have to kind of understand that that was from Etsy. That was from Etsy. I can't even point. That Wolverine was from Etsy. So go on to Etsy, go and do a search for Wolverine printed, and you'll find someone who does that. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I've just realized. Why you've all said, why is there a grid overlay? There. Sorry. I now understand what you mean. The grid overlay. That was me framing. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I've just realized why did I have the grid overlay? Sorry about that. I thought you meant the grid layout. Like, because this almost is like a grid as well, isn't it? How stupid of me. Anyway, it's now gone. So hey Nick as well. Great to see you back as well. Hey Praveen. Hey Artif, how are you all doing? So took a break, come back on the live chats, mainly because I did miss interacting with lots of people, the Web Squadron community, the WordPress community at the end of the day. And it is great to just be able to catch up. We've got the Web Squadron Facebook group, we've got loads of other things, but I know. I know. I mean, do you know something? Do you know something? Paul will probably understand where I'm coming from with this. Is that um, sometimes we can't see things, and it's visually there. Like the problem is there, but we can't see it because we're so engrossed in our talking and our microphone. So when I was setting up, my camera and sound was not syncing. There was like a 2 second delay, and I turned it off, turned everything on. 2 second delay. Turned my computer off and back on. 2 second delay. And then I realized it's because I hadn't plugged my phone into my computer and it was doing it wireless. And if you have a wireless connection, there's always like a 1 to 2 second lag delay and you just can't see it. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. It is a little bit busy, but it also kind of feels a bit more homely than the professional. Right now, I will one day do a video that shows you properly the layout of the room. So the proper Studio One, and now we have Studio Two. I feel like Thunderbirds, right? Thunderbird One, Thunderbird Two, Thunderbird 3 and 4, which I don't have at the moment. But yeah, it's been about 2.5 months, I think, when I stopped the live chats. So it has been a while. Okay, let's have a quick recap. Okay, before we go on to the subject that I wanted to cover today, which is how to love what you do. And I am going to relate it to web design, but I want to bring out some life experiences and how it's really important that you love what you do. So as far as Web Squadron goes, we're still creating videos. We've still got the course. We've got our $1 business packs. I know you're all loving them. I may expand on them. I won't be creating new packs, but I'll be adding stuff into each of the packs as and when I see fit. Because I've got to make sure I don't just shove stuff in there, which is pointless and meaningless. I've got to make sure it's all really, really good and useful. Please do let me know, though, if the sound comes across as muffled, is too loud, or too quiet, and I'll try and boost it up a bit. Hey, George, great to see you, mate. Been a while. Yeah, just resuming the weekly live chat on Wednesday. Will I ever go back to doing daily? I don't know yet. I'll have to see how this all plays out and how things work out. So, doing more web agency work, doing more videos, mapping things out in the long run as well. I've also started trying something out. So please let me know in the comments if you like or don't like it. So yesterday and today, the odd comment here or there that I get on YouTube, I've actually done a video reply. So what happens is that video appears in the comment, but it also appears as a YouTube short. So you may have noticed 3 videos came out yesterday and 1 today. It's where some comments I'm replying to with a video short. So if you like that or did not like that, please do let me know. In terms of WordPress, things are moving along. Or sorry, WordPress and WooCommerce. There are updates happening and things are moving on with developments. And as far as Elementor goes, or Hello Mentor, we've had some page speed optimization improvements. And yeah, so things are chugging along really, really well. Yeah, I mean, the comments that Paul makes there is very, very true. When we create videos, Paul will get this, Dave will get this, anyone who does videos or content creation. Don't assume that we're like, yeah, we just hit the camera on, we just carry a record and we do things on the fly. There's so much prep work that goes on behind the scenes. And also, you got to psych yourself up. So, yesterday, I wanted to record 3 videos. I thought, right, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 1 hour in the morning, I'll get them out of the way. And as I was walking home, I was psyched up. And when I got to my desk, I did one. It didn't go well. And, my mood, my motivation sunk. So, when you're trying to juggle live chats, agency work, responding to comments, as you know, notifications, emails, messages, it really, really like preys on you a little bit. And sometimes you're like, should have done a long form video. but I'm doing a live chat instead. But it is all about the engagement at the end of the day as well. Right. The topic of today, because we're already 8 minutes in. And by the way, I am trying to multi-stream to LinkedIn and Twitter as well. So if anyone is watching from LinkedIn or Twitter, please do let us know. Hashtag Web Squadron, which isn't even a proper hashtag, but I'm just letting you know it at the moment. And if you do see me looking down at the screen, it's because I'm trying to read the comments because my big screen is over there. So I'm back to using my MacBook Air at the moment, which is just, let me get it up. There we go, just down there in the screen. Absolutely, Paul, as well. I mean, you wouldn't believe how one moment just walking. I mean, when I drop my son off at school, I walk to Tesco to buy maybe, I mean, I do have, by the way, look down here. My soda streams. I have my whole like load. I've got at the minute 7 left, so I need to restock probably next week. Sometimes I like to get a proper bottle of Pepsi Max. You know, soda stream's great, but you like to have the raw, dirty stuff. And if I walk to Tesco and they're sold out, it mucks up my mood. I mean, like, even though I've got this stuff to fall back on, if my heart was set on a proper bottle of Pepsi Max and they ain't got it, I feel lost. It's like when, like, let's say, right, there have been occasions where in the daytime, as a family, we're like, oh, what should we have tonight? And my wife's like, oh, should we get pizza tonight? And I get really excited. Yeah, we're going to have pizza. Then we get to the evening and I might have been out. I come back home and she's gone and cooked something else. And I'm like, where's the pizza? And she goes, oh, I changed my mind. You know, when you motivate yourself and you get really excited, the anticipation, the exhilaration, you know, and then you don't get it. Right. For anyone that came here to talk about WordPress, we've so far done zilch practically on WordPress. So let's now get back onto WordPress. Okay. Hey, Atul, how you doing? So let's now talk about the subject matter for the live chat, which is how to love what you do. Let me give you experience. Okay. So for 20 years, I was working in the NHS. I loved what I did, okay? I was analyst, head of department, working with doctors, hospitals, working with the government. I loved what I did because I know, hey, David Grebe is watching on LinkedIn. You are the man. Thank you very much for confirming that, by the way, because I was a little bit worried about the multi-streaming side of things. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everything was going through okay, and I hope the sound and video quality is doing really well, and I hope you enjoy the videos and content that we hit out. By the way, Dave, or Grebe Dave, or have I got it the wrong way around? Can you tell us more about you? Are you just a business or doing something? Are you a web designer, freelancer, working in creating logos or social media, SEO, stuff like that? Yeah, I mean, because it feeds through to LinkedIn, I had a bad feeling that LinkedIn might be a bit laggy. So my tip, if anyone is getting any lag, make sure you're watching in high resolution. If you can, change the resolution and maybe hit pause, wait for 20 seconds and then unpause and watch again. I'm all right, Aishman. Anyway, back to experience. NHS, I love what I did. But I always felt like there were other people that did not appreciate me. They did not appreciate the hours I put in. I was doing very regularly 90 hours a week. That does not include traveling time or lunchtime. I was doing roughly 90 hours a week. I was working at night. I was working on weekends, bank holiday, Christmas Day, whatever. I was always doing something because I cared about my department, my team, my staff, the people I was managing, other departments as well. I always felt like I wanted to do more. But I never, no, not never. I sometimes felt like I was not being appreciated. And people were taking advantage of what I do and how I do things. And that is why for many, 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 many years, I started to feel like I want to do something else. And obviously, there was the side hobby and hustle of designing websites, creating things. And when COVID hit, it really was hitting home with me that I need to make that full-on career change move. If I really want to make it bigger than what it was, because it was chugging along, but it was like, one website every 2-3 months kind of things. I had to fit it in amongst other stuff as well, and I really wanted to boost it up. Yeah, I mean, that's a good comment actually there by Paul as well. That's how I started to feel, because it then was like, why am I pushing myself so much in the NHS? Why am I doing X, Y, Z? Why am I busting a gut? Why am I bleeding and sweating? Because at the end of the day, if management want to go, right, we're going to move you from here to here, they could do that. If they were going to change something that you did or take something away from you, there were many things I did that other people got credit for because they feed on your skills to get the job done, but then they want to take all the applause for it. And when that happens, it's gut-wrenching. Just go back to Dave. He's a system engineer, works in IR cam. Wow. Whoa. This is Dave. This is interesting. I mean, are you planning to build websites for a niche area, or are you just gonna kind of get your skills up and then start, playing in the field a little bit, and then eventually you'll realize what kind of websites you like creating? Like, do you want to create military websites for dentists, e-commerce, or just have a broad range? Right, back to the NHS. Started hating it. And that's when I did realize I really want to give web design a go. Now, how does this relate to web design? And I'm going to answer that after I see Charlie, who's just quit his job. They're following his course, big restart. Please do remember, though, that there is no overnight success, okay? There is no quick, easy formula, okay? We've all been there. Come on, everyone. Please put in the comments if you agree to what I'm about to say next. And I think we can all say yes. At some point in the last 7-8 years, we've seen an advert or a post or something that says how to get rich overnight, how to make $10,000 in one weekend. We've all clicked it. It's a massive long sales page, loads of testimonials. By the way, when you see testimonials, go and Google the person who claims to be the testimonial giver. They probably don't exist, right? Go and Google their name. I always find it really funny when you see a testimonial and someone goes, yeah, I made millions of pounds by using this scheme or this policy, and I was able to, follow this course, and I'm now mega, mega rich. They're so rich, they have no social media, other than the testimonial post. They have no social media presence. There's nothing out there really about them. I mean, that's kind of like a telltale sign. But anyway, you see all of these get rich really easy schemes and whatever. And I'm pretty sure, Charlie, you're going to appreciate and know that the course is to help you learn how to build websites, be more methodical, also maybe how to start a web design business. But remember, everything starts here, all right? Everything starts here. And slowly it will build up. But every time you build up, you will sink as well. And what you've got to do is kind of try to ensure, I'm going to try and explain this in as easy to understand way as possible. When you make profit, don't go and blow it. Don't go and get this car you really wanted. Don't go on a major holiday. Do not blow it. When you make some reasonable profit, either you save it, and I really do mean this, okay? The amount of, when I say the amount of money, from a long time ago, even in NHS, I put a chunk away. I keep saving, all right? Or you reinvest in better tools or more marketing for yourself, right? You do not overspend. Get into the habit of spending what you need to spend to just steady the ship, right? What do I need to spend each month for the mortgage, for my phone bill, for my whatever I got, for my son's Roblox even account, for his PlayStation Pass, for his Xbox? some stuff you could easily say, I don't need to spend that, but what do you need to spend to afford your takeaway that you have every weekend? When you make profit, okay, just steady the ship, right? And I seriously say for 6 months, that's how you should be living life, because you got to keep building up your savings and reinvesting and all of that. Because when you have the dips could occur at Christmas time, they could occur in summertime. When they happen, you've got something to fall back on. Because if you just spend everything you make when you have the dip and now you're struggling to steady the ship, then you're going to go, oh, I need to do something else now. Oh, I got to go here. Oh, this isn't working out for me. There will be moments that drop, but if you stay focused and you use the downtime to learn, invest the time in learning every morning. When I'm on that treadmill, right? I now do about 2.5 hours every morning, close to 3 sometimes if I get up at 5:30. When I'm on there, the night before, I've already added videos to my watch list. So when Paul's videos come out, or other people's videos, or Think Media, or whoever, I've got them on my watch list. And I'm running, watching them and learning, right? I'm engaging. I'm processing in my mind. How can I apply what they've said to what I need to do? What has Paul just said about some of the plugins he loves using? What has Paul said about a CF plugin that maybe I did not appreciate? Why did not use it that way? And I go, maybe I could do a video on that. Maybe I could apply that to my website or someone else's. So invest a lot of time in learning. Ashraf, how are you doing? He can design websites with minimalistic touch. Now I want to scale up my design. Scaling up. Okay, look, what you do, Ashraf, is look at other websites that are more than what you would normally do. Can you replicate and build it? I'm not saying the exact functionality, but if you do like a heading, which is just a rectangle heading, right? Container, logo, and then WordPress menu, can you maybe do a more rounded approach? Can you do something which is a little bit different? Can you do something that is stacked? Look at other websites. Apple and IKEA, they have that really funky, pop-up off canvas. And, it's like, I can't remember now. It's like the accordion, the Apple website and how they have a particular style, just like IKEA. I challenged myself and it took a while, but eventually I was able to kind of replicate what they did. So find something different and challenge yourself to replicate it, because you will learn and you'll either love it or hate it. And you may find a client that wants it. Great, you know what to do. But if a lot of your clients want simple, minimalistic websites, and Paul and me were chatting about this, that's okay. Every website does not need GSAP motion effect. Every website does not need a pop-up. Every website does not need an off canvas. Every website does not need loads of blogs and products on the front page. Every website does not need a subscribe now on the front page or on a certain page. Simple websites do work, okay? So minimalistic, don't be worried about it. If it works, it works. Paul says, invest in ways to speed up, streamline, to become more profitable. Exactly. I mean, I like to look at how can I improve what I do, which is why I've actually done this. This might sound really ridiculously stupid, but I've invested in light over here. I've got a brilliant Godox key light over here, a new microphone, another dynamic microphone, and a few like this. I have only owned for 4 weeks. I went and invested in stuff. I didn't have to do that, okay? But I've invested in stuff that makes me feel better. So invest in your home, your family, your lifestyle. Invest in learning new skills, but invest in something that makes you feel good. Right, I'm just going to quickly scroll down because I know there's loads of topics coming down. Hey, this comment, right, wins the day. Okay, Pepsi Max Soda Stream from Amazon. This comment wins the day right now. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go through the comments really quickly and then get back onto the topic. Do you think Elemental 4 will do something wrong? Sorry, something new? I don't know. I think they're going to have to. And I think we may get the global class system because we haven't heard much about it. And I hope they do. I really hope they do. Will you talk about how to get your first clients too? Look, Drago, you got to build up your reputation. You got to build up word of mouth. But what you do is there are other businesses that are probably close to you. Maybe it's a dentist. Maybe it's a hairdresser. Can you send them an email that talks about their current website or the lack of their website? And if they've got a website, what could you do differently for them? Where are they ranking on Google? What are their competitors doing? Are they a hairdresser, but they've not got an appointment booking system? Maybe they haven't got a website. So you say, look, have you thought about a simple website? Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. And also, can you advise them on a bit of marketing, like using social media to help themselves get found? Gonna scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Exactly what George says there. You don't have to do full site. Just recreate a header. I see images sometimes of like a website and I love the hero banner and I'll go and recreate it. I've got some tutorials coming out that I need to record tomorrow based on an image I saw on Dribble. I like the look of it. I'm going to create it to show you how I would go about and do it. I don't know exactly how they did it. It was just an image on Dribble, but I liked it. And then when I've done that, I'm then going to show you something else related to that because it sparked a new idea in my head. And that's what you do. You will see a bus go by and there's like a poster. And suddenly you go, that poster layout would look really good on a web page, maybe. You'll see something, right? Let me give you an example. So Idris Elba, the actor, has started advertising. I think it's some sort of automate AI thing. It's an AI thing, something to do with business. I can't remember what it is, but there was the way the advert was recorded. It's a TV advert. The way it was done, the way it had him and the wording, the way they staged it, it was like, that's perfect. That is killer, right? You got me. The colors, the framing, it was spot on. So what you do is you then go, I'm going to do a tutorial on that with the image, the overlay, and the color. So you will find ideas of how to be creative in your own little way. Right. Back to the topic, how to love what you do. And if you are watching from Twitter or LinkedIn, please do let me know. Obviously, a lot of you will be from YouTube. Don't forget to smash the like button. Why does that matter? Why do we always tell you to smash the like button? It shows YouTube that you're engaging. It shows you actually like it. And if we can show that the percentage of people watching at any one time, the likes are relatively high or as close to the number of people watching as well, YouTube are more likely to share and spread the love of Web Squadron Squids and WordPress to the world. Right, how to love what you do. So I left the NHS, started working on websites, and I personally made the mistake several years ago now, where I started taking on hosting clients. Now, if you are perfectly fine with hosting clients, okay. By the way, if anyone wants to know what the Joomla comment is by Paul, that's a side topic that we've been having about something. So like I said, you see a social media post about how to make $10,000 overnight. And you go and read it and you either buy a course or you don't. I never bought the course, but people can get sucked into that, because they desperately want to make money. So 7-8 years ago, when I was starting to take the web design thing more seriously, you read up about what they call easy money, right? Hosting clients. on your server or a third party server. You sell the service, you host clients, they have a maintenance plan. It could be a reasonably priced plan, or maybe you get as much as you can from them. You do some site updates, you do their plugins, you send them security, like a newsletter or whatever like that. And it's seen to be an easy way to make money. And it relatively is. However, very quickly, when I say quickly, about 2 years later, I really started to despise hosting clients because I want to design things. I don't want to be updating plugins. I don't want to be double checking PHP. I don't want to be switching off the auto WordPress update because I'm worried that it might break the website. I don't want to be worrying about their emails and their outbox and the email inbox. Now they've used up their quota, so you got to increase the quota, or something's just not working or connecting, or hey, by the way, you haven't renewed your domain and you're now using up too many inodes, and your server space allocated was only meant to be 2 gigabytes, and that was being reasonable, but you're taking up 10 because all of your form submissions, and you're accepting PDFs inside your form submission, you're storing the form submissions, and they're back, it's clogging up. Or maybe you've got a backup and you're taking another backup, which includes the backup, and then you're taking another backup, which includes the other 2 backups, and you take another backup, which now includes the 3 backups, and your website is now 20 gigabytes in size. And eventually, over time, the whole hosting thing just runs its course. And like what Paul says there, I have over time, slowly, because I like to do it in a particular way, just started letting legacy clients go. Basically, I go, look, we're no longer offering the hosting service or anything like that. And a lot of them get scared, they get annoyed, they get aggressive. And you have to explain, look, you're not going to lose anything, and I'll help you migrate, but you're going to have to get your stuff done elsewhere. Because I like to love what I do. If I do not love what I do, why am I doing it? Because I had a full-time job. I was in the NHS. I had a damn good pension. I had a damn good salary. I was not one of those people that took the piss. I worked my ass off, right? Okay. If I'm here to work, I'm going to work my ass off. But there will be some people, and I would love to know your comments. Please do let me know, okay? Hey, Islam Akbar, how you doing? Please do let me know in the comments if you agree with this. There will be people that you've worked with, or maybe you're one of them. I'm looking at you, Artif. You know you're guilty of this. He's not really, but I bet he is. They come to work and they do the bare minimum. The basic. Sometimes they don't even do the basic. They want to kill time. They actually use coming in to just talk to their mates. Hey, let's go make tea or coffee. Hey, let's go for lunch. Hey, what you doing? Let's just chat about what we were watching on TV last night, which you kind of do anyway, to be honest. But they're just killing time, okay? Because they know they are guaranteed an income every month, right? Even if they have like 3 or 4 days off because they're ill or whatever, right? They are practically guaranteed some form of income. So they just do it. But when you are self-employed, hey Ashraf, when you're working in an agency, when you're working as a freelancer, every second counts. When you take time off, don't deny you're not thinking about your business every now and again. It just crops up in your head. Whenever you get an email, whenever you're like, you decide you go cinema or you go for a meal out, you will enjoy yourself. But there'll be that odd little moment where it creeps into the back of your mind. If I was working right now, I could be doing this. And there's nothing worse than when you get an email from a client and it goes, the website's down. And you are like in the middle of nowhere with your phone, you're nowhere near a computer, and you go on to the website and it's down. And you log into your server and you purge the site or regenerate or whatever, and it is still down. And at this point, you are shitting bricks. I don't mean shitting bricks as in bricks builder, okay? I'm not talking bad about bricks builder. You know, maybe I should change that, say, you are breakdancing. No, that then sounds like I'm talking about breakdancing then, innit? You are gutting. How could you have a curse word with the word gutting? You are gutted. But, you know, so it happens, right? Hey, Eddie, great to see you here. Artif, I'm just going to leave that on here. You know, obviously, Artif's got some beef with Paul. Not really. We're all friends. Okay. We are all friendly, wonderful people. By the way, do let me know about the lighting, because when I look at the camera, I feel like there's too much orange. I'm not sure about the lighting. Anyway, Rule Boy's got a question. Ask away, Rule Boy. You are allowed, you know. But anyway, so where was I going? You got to love what you do. No, that was not what I was saying. I was saying, yeah, you got to work hard, okay? And when you're working hard, you often do stuff because you know you're going to make an income from it. But if you do not love what you do, you are going to hate it. And there's no point, I'm telling you now, there's no point making money or an income or a lifestyle of something you do not love. I do not love hosting clients. I can't give a monkey's rat's arse about sorting out your SSL certificate. That's going to sound really harsh, but you're a web agency. You should do. No, I want to build your goddamn website. I want to make sure that you have got SSL, you have got the right PHP, you are getting backups. I want to make sure you got a good host. I want to make sure your email, everything's connected. But sometimes I don't want to be responsible for that 2 years down the line, right? That's your problem and for you to sort out. If you want to get a maintenance plan or whatever, fine. But I do not. Ooh, John, that's what I was worried about. How orange am I looking? And I can adjust it. By the way, this Godox, right? Key light comes with its own little. Come on, focus. Focus. It's not focusing very well at the moment. There we go. I can change it. So if I do this, you can see I'm going very orange now, the light. And if I just increase this, I can go very cold. So I'm not sure if I'm getting this right. And by the way, this is super good, right? I'm on 11%. You can just see it there, 11%. If I drop this down to 0, this is the lighting down at 0. So you got my screen and I've got a purple light over here and a purple light down here. Watch the lighting when I go to 1%. That's 1%. That's 0. That's 1%. And if I go up to about 11%, you can see the lighting. And if I increase it to 100, I mean, that's 100%. That is now, I'm having to do this with my eyes because it's proper blinding my eye. God, I love my toys. I love these toys. These are so sexy. I love my toys. Anyway, sorry. What's really cool about this, by the way, it's a Godox light you can get from Amazon. You can charge it with a USB, or you see over there, that bit there, you can plug it onto the back of the light and it just charges up. It's super, super cool. Rule Boy, you said you had a question. Did you actually post your question? Did you actually? Sorry, right. Ashraf asked a question. I recently bought your $1 packs, but I don't really understand the website pricing matrix. There are columns like effort. Yeah, okay, look, let me quickly explain, right? Okay, the pricing matrix. Let's say, and by the way, I have got a video coming out which is going to explain a bit more about baselines as well. I need to record it. Right, let's say you decide you are going to charge $500 to build a homepage. Homepage, $500. Let's just say, right? That's your baseline. As you talk to the client, okay, you then realize that actually that homepage is going to be 20 sections. Okay, that your baseline for a standard homepage, which might be 5 or 6 sections, you know, header, hero banner, you might have some icons, you might have some services, you know, testimonial, all of that, you know, basic homepage. You might say $500. But now it's going to be 20 sections because they want loads of stuff, right? If you know you're going to spend more time on it, let's say double the amount of time, you can't charge the same $500. If a basic homepage is going to take you a day, but what they want is going to take you 3 days, why would you only charge $500? Right? Second thing, effort. Not effort, sorry, that was the effort. The communication. So for the effort, you might double or triple up the $500. When you speak to the client, if they're really slow on getting back to you, so images takes time, content takes time. Do they like it? Are they going to sign it off? Are they going to make changes? Are they going to change their mind after you've built it? Oh, I had a rethink and I want these words instead. And now you've gone from like 3 sentences to 20 sentences because the layout would change, right? You got your sentences and you got your image. Now this has tripled the amount of sentences or paragraphs. Well, that image doesn't work now. Portrait, it just doesn't work. So then you add on, another percentage increase because a basic homepage, $500, let's say, if the communication by the client is really bad, I know I'm going to lose time. So I want to be paid for that. So that's where you increase the baseline rate if you know you're going to have to do more. I hope that makes sense, Ashraf. I did see a question. I'm just going to double check I've not missed anything. Right, Eddie's got a question. Latest clamp video. I don't stick it into the code snippets plugin. I normally stick it into CSS. But if you stick it into CSS for your site settings or your theme settings or your theme editor or your style sheet, it will take a precedence over Elementor unless you've already got some H1 or H2 styling already in position. So just make sure you've not set that in your global typography. Ruleboy's got a request. I'm a musician. I want to rebuild a type of website like the Chris Brown type of website. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, you mean Chris Brown? I said Christ Brown then. You mean Chris Brown? Sorry, I just read that as it was. I mean Christ Brown, and I had to think, who's Christ Brown? Chris Brown. I will have a look at that, and I'll have a think about that. In fact, I might be able to, let's see if we can put this on screen. So if we go here, and I go to here, can I see Chris Brown website? So I'm guessing you, do you mean Chris Brown? You do mean Chris Brown, don't you? Yeah, you did mean Chris. Do you mean this website? So your question was, let's just get back to the question, was clickable buttons around. Oh, okay, right. Clickable. I have got a tutorial on this. So we did do a tutorial a while ago about how you could position words. So basically, I'm not going to share this on screen all the time. I'm just going to get rid of that for a moment. Basically, you would you'd have your container with your background image or an image. Could be a background image or an image, and then you put your words on, and you would just do like absolute positioning, and then you would rotate it. So you could put further images on because those all use particular styled fonts. You got to think of check the font they're using or use images. And then you link that to where you want it to go to. Yeah, that's how you would do it. That's how you do it. Just going to double check the contents. Do you offer a service where you give feedback on what? Yes, I do, but I now do that as part of a consultation. We do have a Web Squadron Facebook group, okay, which if you want to go to, which is just over here. Let me show it to you. How do I minimize myself? There we go. We have got the Web Squadron Facebook group, which is facebook.com/Web Squadron. If you go over there, you will find us and you can join our group. Let me just pop myself back on screen. Just post your website there for review for free. If you want me to do it, I do charge consultation rates now. Normally half an hour is enough for me just to go through and have a quick look. Rule boy, how do I get the tutorial you made? Go onto YouTube, do a search. However, I may have a think about doing a special tutorial for you on that, but you may have to wait a week for me to get round to doing that because I'm not going to rush out to do it. But basically, you're going to have a background container, okay, with your image. You could then get your text. You could either use images or actually use a particular styled font, and you might just use Montserrat or Poppins. You then go to the advanced tab. By the way, I am assuming that you're using Hello Mentor. What page builder are you using, Rule Boy? Breakdance, Bricks, Gutenberg, Divi, Joomla, Wix? I don't know what you're using. So just confirm what you're using, mate. But if you are using Hello Mentor, then go to the advanced tab, go to position, use absolute position. Because if you do fixed, it will be fixed throughout the website, but you only want it to do that for that particular hero banner container. And then you'd position it. You got to then double check the tablet and the mobile, and it can be a bit fiddly, but if you're careful, because what the Chris Brown website did was it had quite a bit of space from Chris Brown. So you got Chris Brown and then you got the wording. It wasn't close, it was a little bit away. So when you shrink down, they've got space to play with. So you just got to have a bit of a think about that. Divi is king, says George. That just woke George up. George was like this. And then he heard Divi. He's like, what's going on, mate? Alanos. Alona Sagi. Sorry if I said your name wrong there. Thanks. I don't think I'm a great teacher. I just think I have a way of conveying what I do. I think there's loads of great teachers out there. There's loads of great influencers, content creators, people that showcase and share what you do. And we love it. All right. I love it. Jeffrey loves it. Paul loves it. Dave Foy loves it. Kevin Geary loves it. There's so many of us out there. There's Jamie loves it. I could go on and on and on. Mr. Beast doesn't really cover WordPress, but he loves what he does. And that brings me back to the topic of you got to love what you do. Okay. So if you are building e-commerce websites, but you hate it, just stop doing it. Stop saying, yeah, but I make money on it. No, love what you do. Because if you do not love what you do, when a client comes back and says, Imran, change this. Imran, this ain't working. Or something's broken. Or there's a new update. Or I want to do X, Y, Z, but you don't love it, your passion runs dry. And when you have those dip moments in customers, clients, revenue, or there's a problem, it hurts. And that's why if any of you are offering any services out there, whether it's web design, I'm being really blunt here. You may be a web designer who does not love designing websites. So why are you doing it? Go and find something that you love and want to do and put your all into it, okay? And if you fail, you fail. Every failure for me is another processing point in my brain for me to reflect on what went wrong. Was it me? Was it third parties? Was it variables I have no control over? Could I have foreseen it? Did I ignore the red flags and the warnings? What could I have done about it? But what can I do to protect myself? And maybe I can't protect myself, right? It's going to happen again and you got to deal with it. Shit happens. But what can I learn from it? So yesterday I did a video. It was a 42 to 43 minutes recording. I started editing after about 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. I was like, this is a shit video. This is really stupidly bad. Deleted it. No, I'm not going to try and save it. Deleted it. And I went and did something else. This morning, I recorded a new video. 16 minutes. I know that when I edit it, that will probably come down to about 9 minutes in length. It is so much better. It's to the point, even though there's a lot of stuff I still need to cut. But I feel much better about it. Use the failures in your life. And I don't just mean work failure and WordPress failure and website failure. I mean relationship failure. I mean food, drink, everything you dislike or anything that hurts you, anything that makes you go, what the heck is going on? Use that to better yourself, okay? Right, anyway, sorry if I feel like I'm ranting sometimes. Dave says he needs to play with Divi. Ooh. I I I tried Divi, didn't really get on board with it. I know they've done that whole revamp and everything, and I might have another look at it one day because I know it would make George really, really happy if I did. Palav, great to see you here back again. Back to the off canvas menu tutorial. Prevent URL from prevent URL from fetching Elementor ID. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. I thought you were saying there was an error with that then. Ruleboy goes, when people are giving correction over things they don't love, they get, yes, this is what I mean. I've had it so many times, okay, where clients whinging because something's not working between the domain and the email. They're a legacy client. We host them. We did not set up their domain. The original developer did. We did not set up their email. The email is hosted with Gandhi.net. Gandi, not Gandhi as Mahatma Gandhi. It's Gandhi.net, okay? There's always a problem. There's always an issue with getting the emails. There's always an issue with emails disappearing. Every time that happens, in fact, there was an email, a warning sent from the Gandhi to .net to the client to say there was a problem with connecting to the domain. I get all the emails, and I was like, it's not my problem. We host your website. We made clear at the start, and every time you come to us, that anything to do with your domain or email is nothing to do with us, because we would not have done that. We would not have set up that way. That is between you and them. You don't pay us to handle that. And even if you did, I don't want to get involved because I don't want to be on emails and phone calls trying to sort out something. It's like GoDaddy. GoDaddy! Anyone here who is happy with GoDaddy, I'm happy for you. But anyone who's not happy with GoDaddy, I feel and get you. GoDaddy clients, every time there's a problem, 1 time out of 10, you can fix it by logging in and go, all done. 9 times out of 10, you got to contact their tech team or their support team. And basically, you can kiss your evening goodbye because you will lose 3 to 4 hours of your life just like going around in circles. Ashraf, just starting out as a freelance web designer outside of Fiverr. Good. I worked on Fiverr before, but I don't really want to work. No, exactly. That's what I mean. Okay. And I'm going to do a video about baseline pricing. Okay. If you keep working for a low rate, that's all you're going to get. And you are now in a market where the minute you try to go up, people are going to go, well, why do I want to use you? Because there's someone else who will build a website for $50 and I will get 500 pages for $50. Fine, go for it. If you want to break out using sites like Upwork, Fiverr, and all of that, it's a reasonable place to start off. But you're not going to scale upwards, right? And what I keep saying to people is that I would rather build one website a month for $10,000 than two websites a week for $50 or $100 or $500, right? Because you could argue that, well, $10,000 for one website per month, what would that be over? Okay, say you built 5 websites. No, that's a stupid answer. Let's say no, I can't get my head straight. Let's say you build a website for $50, right? You do 5 a week. So that's 250. Over a month, you would then eventually, no, I'm getting my maths wrong. Anyway, whatever you got to do, right? I would rather have 1 or 2 websites a month that I can build properly, dedicate my time, proper solutions, well thought out, whatever I need to do to make it work, satisfy the customer, prove to them it works and all of that, than rushing out 4 or 5 websites a week. because that's when you make mistakes. That's when you will not love what you do. That's where, when the following week you're now working on 5 new websites, your clients from the previous week come back going, oh, that's not working. Oh, can I change that? Oh, and you now have to go back and do that while you're trying to do the other stuff, because they're not going to pay for the stuff they now want changing because you mucked up or something went wrong. And you are like this circle, you're spiraling out of control. So increase your prices, better clients, more time for yourself to invest in learning, to invest in your family, to enjoy life. When I stopped doing the live chat, I really had a reckoning with myself. I stared in the mirror like going, you are going to change this. So when I get to 5 p.m., I stop working. When I pick my son up at 3:15, which is what I do every day, and we're walking home or in the car or whatever, and I get home, check he's okay, I'll do a quick tidy up to make sure I've closed off the day now. But 5 p.m., I don't want to be working. I don't want to be working in the evenings. Now, when I eventually get to bed, I may now be on my phone and I may be researching and looking up stuff, but I'm in bed, right? My son's asleep. Family time's over now. I can do a bit. I can catch up or learn or whatever. But 5 p.m., I want to switch off, okay? Because I want to love what I do. I want to be able to give more time back to my family and enjoy life more, rather than the work all the time. Do I know how to code? Well, I started off doing HTML and CSS, and then I started working with WordPress. I first started working on websites in 2003, before WordPress was really a thing, right? And when I moved on to WordPress, and I was like always trying to find like the happy medium between the two. And I mean, when it comes to coding, I can bust a gut on SQL. I am a magician when it comes to query analyzing and data mining and data warehousing. Oh, yeah, I can do that. But I don't always like to work with JavaScripting and C+ programming and stuff like that. But yeah, I can code, but I don't feel I have to. Page Builders removes the need for me to do a lot of HTML, but I can do when I need to. I don't have to do as much CSS unless I want to style specifically. And ChatGPT 4.0 is wicked. So is Perplexity AI. Gemini is okay as well. There's so many AI tools out there to help us do more than what we were probably doing before. And that's how I treat it. So you don't have to be an expert coder, but you can use AI forums, other designers. You can go onto Google and find an answer to help you out. But Page Builders just makes it quicker and easier. Because when I was building websites, oh God, where are we going now? 21 years ago. Didn't they take a long time? Like 3 or 4 weeks. And then you were going back on your coding, and then you were trying to refine it, and then the client or your friend or whoever wanted something different. You go, oh crap, man, I've got to go back in and change this bit and move that around. And I was doubting myself all the time. Can I do this? Am I doing it right? Paranoia is a nasty thing, imposter syndrome. WordPress and themes made it easier. But even then, you went and bought a theme. Every week you were buying a new theme. I'll buy this theme. Oh yeah, it looks great, but I want to change that. Oh, I'm not sure what to do. I'll buy this theme. I need to change that. Not sure what to do. Page Builders really did reinvent things for us. They really did. And I don't really care what page builder you use, right? Bricks, Breakdance, Divi, Elementor, maybe you Cadence, whatever you use, right? You can argue all day long about what is the best page builder. You could even argue, why are you using a page builder? You call yourself a web designer. Why don't you just build just with WordPress. Why are you using WordPress? You should be building, with just HTML and CSS and JS coding. Why are you even using code? You should be using whatever, okay? I don't think there's ever a right or a wrong answer at the end of the day. Hey, Stacey, how you doing? Anthony, what's your question? You just ran into an issue where you're trying to show two headers. I have one on every page and the other on a specific page. I set the second header to individual page and choose the page, but it still don't show. What you've got to make sure, though, is the main one on the entire website, but have you excluded it then from another page? So if you've got a heading which is on the entire website, have you then added in another condition to say exclude from page X? And then you've got another header to show on page X. So you might want to check that out. Like what I've said before, I recommend you go over and let me just minimize. Go over to the Web Squadron Facebook group. Post it over there. Maybe someone can have a quick look at the page or your settings. But I am not going to be offering a lot of site support on here, mainly because I was doing that a lot during the live chats. And I have a one-to-one consultation service, 1 hour or a half an hour. And if you really want me to go in deep and look at it, got to be commissioned for it. That's the way it goes. Hey, Rajat, how you doing? Now, I have been live for 1 hour and 1 minute. I am going to be closing off in 1 minute. No, let me give you a 2-minute warning, okay? 2-minute warning before we close off, because I have other stuff to do. And that's life. That's the reality of it. I have some emails I've got to reply to. I've got clients I need to speak to. I've got someone who needs a consultation, and I've just got to work out the best route for them to take when we do have the consultation. I have other stuff to do, and I've got to pick my son up in a couple of hours' time. So live chats, we will be doing this on a weekly basis. I will try to have a subject matter. Yep, the 2-minute warning. You know what I mean, Eddie. I will try to have a subject, a topic. Today's topic was about how to love what you do, right? You got to make sure you're working on stuff that you want to do. You got to surround yourself with people as well. I loved what I did in the NHS. I loved it. I was getting so much applause and credit and from people for what I did. They loved working with me. But the people around me didn't always appreciate me. And that made me not sometimes love what I was doing, because they were getting credit sometimes for what I was doing. And I hated that. It might sound egotistical, but when they're going off and getting applause for my work, that pisses me off. Okay. So you got to love what you do. Surround yourself by people, peers, agencies, forums, whoever, family, friends. If you do not enjoy being around certain family members, don't do it. If you don't enjoy being around certain friends or people, just don't do it. If you've come to know people on Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and you don't like them, stop communicating with them. Why do we sometimes feel like we have to communicate with people we don't like? Someone I got to know about 14 years ago on Twitter, who I've never met, about writing novels, and there's my novels over there. Imran, Tyler Knitbone, and Disconnect. Go do a search for Imran Sadiq on Amazon. You'll find my books about writing novels. I've never met them, right? I've never spoken to them, even audio or video call, just Twitter. They joined my Facebook friend list 14 years ago. I removed them because I never talk to them now. And they got back in contact with me to say they were offended that I unfriended them. They even sent me a voice message on Facebook. And I was like, what the? I don't know you. I don't actually know you. We've never met. So never feel like you owe anyone anything, right? So if you're in a job you don't like, change it, do something different. If you're surrounded by people you don't like, and I don't just mean colleagues and work, it can be family as well. Ditch them, move on, find what works for you, because you only have one life, my friend, and you want to enjoy every second and every day that you are living and breathing. I'm just going to quickly check any questions. Swansh Infratech. Ernie, is it okay? No, don't use a nulled plugin, right? I'm telling you now, if you can get away with it, fine. Who am I to tell you? But I wouldn't do it, so don't do it. Take care, Paul. Take care. Ashraf says cold emailing. If you're going to cold email, don't just email and go, hey, do you want a website? Because they're not going to reply to you. You cold email by saying, I looked at your website and here are some things you need to do about it. I looked at your website and your competitors are doing better for these keywords. I looked at your company, I looked at it all, but you've not got a website. Have you thought about doing X, Y, Z? And here's a screenshot of how I would do your layout. Could be a scribble, anything. Here's your keywords. Here's what you're missing out on, right? Don't just say, hey, I'm an SEO expert. Hey, I'm a web designer. Hey, do you want your bottom wiped? They might say yes to that, but you got to be a bit sure on it. And when it comes to Facebook groups, if you build websites for dentists, go join a dentist group. Don't say straight away, hey, I do websites. No, engage, communicate, become well known, become someone they recognize and they communicate with. And then you start to drop in, yeah, I design websites. Oh, what do you do, Ashraf? Oh, yeah, I design websites. Okay, you become well known. Take care, friendly girl. Take care, Dave Den. Take care, Charlie. This may be the thumbnail now. We've got to be careful of that one, right? Yeah, exactly what Dave says. I am inundated. And you know what I hate is when you get another email going, you have not replied. Please get back to me. Then you get another email back saying, why have you not replied to me? I have now started replying to some of them saying, I haven't replied yet because you've not booked a consultation. And I send them my consultation link. They never, ever book me. Anyway, I am now going to be jumping off the live chat because I've got tons of other stuff I've got to do. And I'm feeling a little bit hungry. Hey, it was great to be back on the live chat. I'm not sure what next week's topic was going to be. If you want to let me know in the comments of this video what you would like to talk about next week, let me know. No guarantee I will do that because I'm in charge and I decide. But hopefully it's a topic you will take interest in. Great to be back. Great to see you all. Love you all. I'm Imran Web Squadron. Please don't forget to smash the like button and I will see you soon. Like. Actually, I'm probably still live, aren't I?